Brainstorming and sharing ideas is the funnest part of the creative process. We decided to skip the boring part of actually making stuff and just do the fun part. I'm your host, Tom Walma.
My name's Kevin.
I'm Justin Sakarica.
I'm Stu McAllister.
And this is Creativity Wasted.
I think the worst problem in the world today are internet trolls. I deal with these SOBs every day in every capacity. And I want to create an app that will help me identify these trolls, that no matter where they are on whatever social media site, it can be on Facebook, Twitter, it can be on your local newspaper site where they're bitching about something. They're talking about the local high school football game, and then someone is spouting racial slurs. I need to know who these assholes are, so I want to come up with an app called Beat the Troll that will find out who they are, out them with their full name and their address, and it will allow you to go to their home and legally beat them to death.
For legal reasons, I do not condone doxing or murdering people.
Not even trolls, Kevin?
Trolls are living things.
I can't recall. I haven't watched Dateline and saw somebody who murdered an internet troll.
If anything's going to be murdered, it'd be my
spend no
fucking
time
computer.
in prison.
Real choppy over here. I can barely.
I do agree. Internet trolls are a huge problem.
Kevin is our therapist.
And I think we need to make sure that this app is able to delineate between the human trolls and the trolls that are bots based in the depths of the Siberian wilderness, just trying to stir up trouble.
You were correct.
So are there Elemental podcast trolls that just
Yes, I believe there
obscenities
are
at you?
Elemental podcast trolls, Tom. They come at me. They ask me dumb questions. They say silly things. They follow me over on my Macari Jersey site. They say dumb things to me there. It's amazing, Tom. So I need to find out who these people really are. I don't want to go to Siberia. I want to go to I don't know, Highland Park, and we'll find that SOB.
Highland Park is very, very much well known for being a troll hotspot.
Troll.
There are
hangout.
there's not only a lot of internet trolls, but I mean, have you looked under the bridges there?
Yeah.
Whatever bridges they have, there's a significant population of trolls,
Oh
both
my.
digital and magical. It's crazy.
Do we care about the magical trolls?
Do we?
Do we? We do?
Tom, I will defer to you.
Well, I guess it'd be harder to kill something magical if that's the goal, is to murder the trolls.
I have never killed a magical troll.
I think if those magical trolls are going online and being internet trolls, then yes.
Then we can get them. But I think ultimately it's going to prevent things from happening. Would you agree? If this app could out you as a troll, you are not going to troll, I would assume.
I think that's more deterrence and not preventing. And if we're going on the deterrence route, we can also include, on top of doxing, more options for deterrence. And if you watch Twitch streams, you'll see a lot of folks getting what is called swatted, where somebody will call the SWAT team on a streamer, and a SWAT team will knock down their door as they're streaming live. And it's very dangerous because it's a SWAT team.
Sure.
And you're not expecting a SWAT team to come through your door. So I think alongside doxing, I think it also needs to have the option for swatting. It's still a deterrent, A, I don't want to be doxed. B, I certainly don't want the SWAT team to come and destroy my life of being a troll on the internet.
And shoot my dog.
And shoot my dog.
Kick my door in. They don't replace your doors. I don't know if you guys know that or not. They kick your door in, that's on you to fix.
God, no way.
Yeah, yeah.
I can excuse the killing the dogs, but if
Kicking in
they
the
won't
door?
replace,
I know.
if they kick my door and they don't replace it, what a bunch of monsters.
Let's say you're a famous streamer who keeps getting swatted. What if you created like a Wile E. Coyote door so that when the SWAT team tries to kick it in, it's not a door, it's a wall.
That's like that. I don't know if it's like a Twilight Zone thing or a thought experiment. Like if you were stuck in a room with no doors, it was just all walls around you, right? Like I don't know if you've ever heard that like thought experiment before, but like the streamer is in one of the contingencies that this app helps people prevent trolls to do is to be housed in a building with no doors, no windows, and on the outside of said building is painted a bunch of doors so that the SWAT team is confused as to what door to kick down. And ultimately, they will never kick down a door because it is a fruitless endeavor.
You always kick the one in the middle.
Do you?
I've learned that from being drunk.
It's like the SWAT team Monty Hall game where if you kick in the first door and it's not a real door, there's better odds if you switch your guess to the other door. I don't know. There's a Monty Hall problem as a math nerd thing. I started talking as if I remembered it enough to be coherent, but apparently I'm not. What if you could troll the troll without doxing them? Let's say the app finds out who they are and finds their other accounts, but doesn't give them to you. So you can enter a troll message for Fatty Pants 69 or whoever trolled you, and it'll go to all of their other accounts, but you don't really know where. So it's like an anonymous way to troll the trolls.
I think that, yeah, I do enjoy that because as we know, trolls will make multiple accounts to get through, like, getting banned
I do want to know their home address though, Tom. I do want to know that because I want to send them like a bag of poop in the mail, a bag of like elephant poop or cow poop.
Preferably flaming, so that when they
Yes.
open the door, they have to stamp out the flame, and it's, classic
Poop on their
joke.
boot. Exactly.
If this service existed, I would want to troll just because the act of doing that to them would be fun.
But then you would be a troll yourself.
Well,
And therefore, you would be not the target demographic, but you would be the target demographic of this app to combat against trolls.
I think the rule of trolls is that the troll starts it. If
Usually, yes.
you're responding, then you're not the troll, right?
Yeah, but then the troll would respond to you trolling, and therefore both of you are trolls.
No, then you're just two people fighting. I think the whole idea of troll is like you're doing something completely innocuous and they just respond with seething hate. The troll
That's
move is the first
anthropology.
move.
Yeah.
All of the additional moves aren't trolls. The troll is the first slap in the fight. That's how I would define troll.
The troll is the first slap, not the subsequent slaps.
The subsequent slaps are just, they could be righteous.
Defending yourself.
They can be wrongest if they're slapping first.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's about the escalation. So the troll comments something and then you break their arm. Like that's an unwarranted escalation. But
No, it sounds about right.
so that would qualify as a troll. Well, I guess it's just a criminal at that point. I don't know.
Well, if you use this app, it means everything is legal.
Yeah, we've talked to our lawyers.
Legal.
So our legal team has mentioned very specifically that everything that comes from this app, whether it be swatting, breaking somebody's arm, a troll's arm, it's all perfectly within our legal rights to do so.
Yes.
Stu, let's say I go to your LMNO podcast on
Yes.
I think it's on SoundCloud, and I say, love your podcast. It's a little too long.
I would be like, I agree with you.
Oh, I wouldn't get troll murdered.
No, I would agree with you.
How about this? Let's say I said, or Kevin, you can jump in with like something that borders the line between legit criticism and trolling.
You know, I'm not a fan of the Elemento podcast because I like the ABCD podcast.
I don't blame you, Kevin. I find that to be a better
Why?
podcast.
And also, why are you using Latin-based alphabet? Why aren't you using like Finnish letters or like, I don't know, some like indecipherable to us at least? If you speak like Russian or Cyrillic, have like Cyrillic letters. Why didn't you choose that? Huh? Why
There we
didn't
go.
you choose,
Now we're getting into trolling.
Where's the Cyrillic letters?
What is your address?
You would know my address if you had this app.
If I had the app, I would send you a bag of poop right now.
Exactly.
What if somebody called you in the comments? They said, he's funny, but boy, is he old.
Dang.
I would go, yep, can't deny that.
Not a troll. That doesn't qualify as a troll that warrants a violent response.
No, I would. How can I not agree with it? I am old. I'm old as shit.
And
shit
gray.
that I will mail to you, and you will stomp out on your porch.
I'm trying to remember, like Kevin Smith in one of his movies, he went and beat up the trolls. That was pretty. That was like mid to late 90s.
I was
Like Jay and Silent Bob.
I was in kindergarten in the mid 90s.
Oh my god!
He might have been the
Right.
first person to want to violently attack trolls.
I loved it when they were beating on that priest.
Anything else with your idea?
No, it'll never happen. It's too violent for this country, which is weird.
Is it?
It is. It's
Is
weird.
it?
I mean, you would think it would be appropriate, but some snowflake would have a problem with it. Just murdering trolls.
It could happen in other countries like Russia. I could picture Putin approving it.
Yes.
To end on a positive note, or like liking the idea note, you're right in one aspect that I think trolling does trickle into like the general vibe of like hating the other and like
Yes.
tribalization.
Would you say something like "Let's go, Brandon" is a form of trolling?
Dipshit trolling. There's other words you can use. We have a dictionary of words. You can go to Urban Dictionary and find better words to express your discontent for the President of the United States instead of "Let's go, Brandon."
I hate that I have to Wikipedia insults now that are on the news. Like I'll see a news article about "Let's go, Brandon," and I have to Google it to see what it is.
So
Do we need codes for everything?
I don't understand what the children are saying.
I'm okay. Wait, now that you put it that way, all right. I'm a fan of subtext. If there's one thing in a movie that somebody says and it means something else underneath, "Let's go, Brandon." Terrible. Would never use that. But what you said about saying stuff in code and stuff like that, I can get on board.
I hate it so much.
It's so terrible.
It's like people are so arrogant. They want everybody else to have to look up their thing.
Sure.
Fuck. It's just so exhausting.
Every day, Baudrillard is vindicated. Honestly.
I'll pretend
Every
I know
single
what
day.
that means. Any shows or podcasts or things you want to plug?
For those in the Metro Detroit area, there is a wonderful murder mystery show called Ding Dong Dead, Friday, January 28th, and Saturday the 29th, and February 4th, and February 5th. It's a really fun murder mystery I'm working on as an assistant director. You have to be fully vaxxed, and you have to have a mask to get in Planet Ant.
Anything to plug, Stu?
The Elemental Podcast. Come troll me. I'll agree with everything you say.
I'm looking up Justin's credits. He runs some shows. Bearded Lamb Brewing Company on January 28th. Rusted Crow Distillery, February 5th.
This has been a production of Planet Ant Podcast, powered by Pinecast.